The internet didn't just wake up messy. It woke up feral, foaming at the mouth, pacing like a Zeus cast member backstage before a reunion brawl. The moment news broke that Chrisean had officially refused to help baby Junior. And right. On cue, Ronnie Doe's aunt unleashed a response so sharp it sliced the entire timeline in half. Social media turned into a live courtroom, a group chat meltdown, and a family reunion fight all at once, with Blueface somehow standing in the center. Throwing gasoline like he was auditioning for Villain of the Year, Chrisean's refusal came out of nowhere, blunt, unapologetic, and delivered with kind of emotional exhaustion that says, "I'm done babysitting chaos that isn't mine." Fans gasped, haters cheered, supporters panicked, and bloggers started typing like their rent depended on it. Because if Chrisean was stepping back from Junior, Chrisean was stepping back from Junior. If Chrisean was stepping back from Junior, that meant something behind the scenes had snapped harder than the tension in a Zeus confessional chair. And everyone wanted to know what pushed her past her breaking point, but before the internet could finish processing that bombshell, Ronnie Doe's aunt emerged like a surprise plot twist, firing off a message straight at Blueface with the force of 10 seasons of baddies drama packed into one paragraph. Her clapback wasn't subtle, wasn't soft, and definitely wasn't meant for negotiation. She called out lies, exposed contradictions, and hinted at secrets that had fans rewinding and screenshotting like they were handling federal evidence. And just when people thought the chaos might cool down for a second, the aunt dropped one final line that froze the entire timeline. From the moment Chrisean stepped into the world of viral chaos, it's been clear she doesn't just live through drama, she creates entire weather systems out of it. Storms swirl around her name like clockwork, and every new situation turns into a saga the internet watches with popcorn in one hand and screenshots in the other. But this time, the energy felt different. Darker, heavier, more personal. Because when news leaked that Chrisean refused to help baby Junior, the internet didn't just react, it trembled like Zeus security guards clocking in for a shift they know won't end well. The build-up started quietly. Too quietly, Chrisean had been dropping subtle hints online, tired captions, emotional music. The kind of "I'm done" energy that signals someone is cleaning their emotional house with a flamethrower. Fans noticed instantly. They sensed she was spiraling or healing or exploding or all three at once. Meanwhile, JR's situation floated in the background like a shadow everyone saw but nobody addressed directly. Rumors swirled. Was she overwhelmed? Hurt? Fed up? Or simply choosing herself for the first time in ages? No answer came, and that silence became the loudest sound online. Then there was Blueface, stirring things as always like a pot that never stops boiling. He made slick comments, thinly veiled shade, and offhand remarks implying Chrisean had changed. Fans interpreted everything he said as an attempt to twist the narrative before she could speak. Critics accused him of provoking her deliberately. Supporters begged her to stay silent. But the tension kept building as if the universe itself planned a dramatic collision. None of them could escape. The spark that ignited the wildfire came from a leaked message claiming Chrisean had officially stated she had no desire to help Junior anymore. The message spread faster than any fact-checker could breathe. Screenshots flooded timelines, voices cracked in reaction videos, and hashtags trended in under an hour. Some people felt heartbreak for Junior, others defended Chrisean fiercely, insisting she had carried enough emotional weight for one lifetime. But everyone, regardless of opinion, agreed on one thing: this is about to get messy, and messy arrived. Immediately when Ronnie Doe's aunt entered the chat like a perfectly timed Zeus entrance. She didn't whisper. She roared, calling out Blueface for his contradictions, lack of accountability, and history of blame shifting. Her tone was sharp, deliberate, and infused with the kind of frustration that only comes from watching someone weaponize the internet for far too long. Fans gasped. Bloggers cheered. Even people who didn't know who she was instantly declared her Auntie of the Year. But long before her clapback shook the timeline, the tension had already been simmering beneath the surface. Leaked photos showed Junior with relatives instead of Chrisean, sparking questions nobody had answers to. Rumored voice notes hinted at arguments. Behind the scenes, a mysterious screenshot even suggested someone had been lying for months. But none of these leaks provided full clarity. They created fractured truths that the internet desperately tried to piece together. Chrisean's followers began defending her, with the intensity of a fanbase prepared for war. They argued she'd been emotionally drained for years, that she'd been carrying obligations forced onto her, that she had finally chosen to prioritize her own mental health. Others argued she had abandoned responsibility. The comment sections turned into battlefield. Trenches with thousands of opinions firing simultaneously. And through it all, the person who stayed unexpectedly quiet was Chrisean herself, a silence that only deepened the suspense. Meanwhile, Ronnie Doe's aunt prepared her response like she was sharpening a sword. When she finally spoke, it wasn't to start mess, it was to end confusion. She hinted that Chrisean wasn't the villain, that the real issue lay deeper in the shadows, that lies had been told to protect someone who didn't deserve the protection. Fans exploded with theories. Was she talking about Blueface? Another family member? A hidden situation never made public? Each guest created a new ripple in an already chaotic storyline. But the real shift came when Auntie implied that Junior had been misrepresented in public discussions. She didn't implicate Chrisean. She didn't blame Junior, she redirected everything toward a certain person stirring the pot. The internet didn't need a diagram. They immediately looked at Blueface. And once the spotlight landed on him, the entire tone of the conflict changed. Suddenly, the narrative wasn't about abandonment, it was about manipulation, misdirection, and emotional exhaustion caused by someone who kept pushing buttons. As fans dissected every word, a new layer of leaked information emerged, suggesting that multiple conversations between Chrisean and the Doe family had happened privately with no hostility. This contradicted the public assumption that she had simply refused without explanation. Some leaks even suggested she was overwhelmed, confused, and genuinely unsure what was best. Not heartless, just human. And this revelation made everything even more complicated. Because now, there wasn't just drama. There were 3 different truths, 3 different narratives, 3 different emotional realities, and the internet couldn't tell which one was real or if they all were. By the time the responses collided publicly, the storyline had already grown too big to contain. Chrisean's refusal to help Junior wasn't just a decision. It became a mirror reflecting every unresolved tension, every unspoken conflict, every wound left behind from years of toxicity with Blueface. And Ronnie Doe's aunt's sharp words weren't just shade, they were a signal that deeper truths were rising to the surface. Truths that someone desperately wanted hidden. Truths that were about to force everyone involved into the light. The moment the responses hit the internet, chaos didn't just erupt, it multiplied, spreading faster than rumors at a Zeus reunion taping. What started as a 3-way tension between Chrisean Rock, Nevi, and Ronnie Doe's aunt became a digital wildfire, with thousands of people adding gasoline they bought emotionally, not legally. Fans didn't argue, they brawled. Comment sections turned into verbal MMA rings. Even neutral pages couldn't stay neutral anymore, because every time they posted, 10 new contradictions appeared in their replies like pop-up ads of pure toxicity. Memes came flying in instantly because the internet never lets emotional devastation stop comedy. Someone edited Chrisean as Thanos collecting Infinity Stones, labeled drama, chaos, and Blueface's nerve. Another meme had Blueface acting shocked in court while Ronnie Doe's aunt read receipts like Judge Judy on pre-workout. TikTok stitched the entire situation into 30-second soap opera trailers with thunder sound effects and dramatic zoom-ins. It was digital madness, but with entertainment values so high, even people not following the storyline got sucked in like it was the Super Bowl. However, the real turning point happened when fans began noticing contradictions between all parties involved. Suddenly, every post, every timestamp, every screenshot was being analyzed, like the internet had collectively become a team of forensic investigators with unlimited Red Bull. Chrisean's refusal timeline didn't match the Doe family's claim of a private conversation. Nevi's story shifted depending on which comment she replied to, and Blueface's statements, well, they contradicted each other every 12 minutes. Nothing made sense unless you zoomed out and accepted one simple truth. Everyone was holding back something. And while the drama spiraled, celebrities finally waded into the chaos like chaotic angels descending onto a battlefield they had no business entering. A well-known reality TV star tweeted, "You can't demand help while lying about the whole situation." Fans immediately assumed she was shading Chrisean. Minutes later, a rapper posted, "Y'all keep blaming the wrong parent," and suddenly, Blueface was trending worldwide for all the wrong reasons. Even a singer added, "Silence ain't innocent, it's strategic." Strategic. Which sent the timeline into full detective mode. The Doe family wasn't done either. Ronnie Doe's aunt posted again, this time with a message that felt less like a clapback and more like a warning. She wrote, "Y'all being misled. Ask Blueface." Why things even got this far? That line hit the internet like a freight train crashing into a gossip blog. Fans instantly swarmed Blueface's page demanding explanations. His exact words, "I ain't the problem. They the problem." He didn't clarify who they were, which only made the internet burn hotter. Within minutes, clips from his live stream were everywhere. People slowed the footage down, zoomed in on his expression, and dissected everything from his tone to the way he leaned back in his chair. Fans swore he looked nervous, haters swore he looked manipulative, and supporters swore he was being framed by angry women. It didn't matter what side you were on, Blueface had officially entered the storyline with the subtlety of a bull crashing into a dollar store. Meanwhile, Chrisean Rock finally responded again, and this time her tone was different. Not emotional, not chaotic. Not explosive, calm, cold, controlled. She wrote, "Some people want help only when it benefits them." The internet shattered. Fans said she was clearly tired of being used. Critics claimed she was deflecting. And the Doe family? Silent. Silent in a way that felt intentional, like they were quietly watching everything collapse before revealing something massive, but the contradictions grew messier with every passing hour. A new leak appeared, a text thread allegedly showing that Chrisean did offer help at one point but pulled back after discovering someone wasn't being truthful. The screenshot wasn't fully confirmed, but that didn't matter. It had enough emotional weight to turn half the internet back to her side instantly. Suddenly she wasn't cold, she was protecting her peace. And that perspective changed everything again. To make it worse, a separate leak surfaced claiming Blueface had told two different versions of the story, one on the phone, one online, and one to someone close to the Doe family. This revelation turned him from a commentator into the center of the storyline. Because if Blueface was the one stringing together misinformation, then the entire conflict wasn't about Chrisean refusing help. It was about everyone reacting to a narrative he created, and the internet loves a plot twist. Nevi tried to jump in with clarification, but her message only made everything muddier. She wrote, "All I want is honesty," which fans interpreted as shade toward both Chrisean and the Doe family. Meanwhile, the aunt posted another cryptic line. People forget who started this. This time she tagged nobody, but everyone knew exactly who she meant. With every update, the discourse grew more heated. Fans picked sides and swore loyalty as if signing contracts. Some said Chrisean was finally choosing self-care. Others claimed she was abandoning responsibility. Some blamed the Doe family for stirring the pot. Others accused Nevi of playing victim. And through it all, Blueface became the common denominator in every scenario. The messy root, the spark to every fire, the one variable that seemed to benefit from the confusion. Then everything escalated again when the aunt dropped the sentence that turned the internet upside down. "Y'all gonna stop blaming her? We got real receipts coming." The aftermath didn't come quietly. It came roaring in like a Zeus reunion fight where every cast member stands up at once. The promise of real receipts from Ronnie Doe's aunt hovered over the internet like a storm cloud ready to burst, and everyone could feel the pressure building. Comment sections turned into war zones, fan pages prepared for impact, and even gossip blogs admitted they didn't know whose truth was about to get obliterated. One thing was clear, this was the moment that would expose the person who had been manipulating the narrative from the beginning. Chrisean Rock felt the tension first. Her post slowed down, her tone shifted, and her energy grew heavier as the internet dissected her every move. Supporters flooded her with love, insisting she'd been carrying emotional weight no one else understood. Critics claimed she was scrambling because the truth was catching up. But her silence didn't feel like guilt, it felt like exhaustion. She'd been fighting online wars for years, and this one felt like it demanded pieces of her she no longer wanted to sacrifice. Meanwhile, Nevi began losing the calm composure she'd flaunted earlier. Her replies became shorter, sharper, and clearly frustrated by the way the narrative kept twisting. She posted a message saying, "If the truth matters, then context matters," which only fueled more confusion. Fans asked for the full story. Haters demanded specifics, but she didn't elaborate. Instead, she deleted several older posts that contradicted her current statements. And nothing looks guiltier to the internet than a disappearing post. The Doe family, however, moved with unsettling confidence. Ronnie Doe's aunt posted a countdown clock, nothing else, and the internet went wild. People speculated she was timing the release of screenshots, audio, or a long-form explanation. Some swore she was bluffing. Others insisted she knew exactly what she was doing. Regardless, the countdown created a sense of impending doom neither side could shake. It was the kind of silence that screams. And then there was Blueface, whose reactions grew more chaotic by the hour. He hopped on live streams laughing, deflecting, calling everyone dramatic, but fans noticed something off. He kept contradicting himself, offering new timelines, shifting blame, and spinning the conflict into something that made him look framed. The more he talked, the worse it looked. People began stitching his own words together, comparing clips from different days, and realizing his story changed every time he opened his mouth. That's when the internet turned on him. Hard. Users posted side-by-side breakdowns showing how nearly every leak, misunderstanding, and narrative twist could be traced back to something he said, implied, or mishandled. Even people who normally defended him started asking questions, and once doubt enters a storyline like this, it spreads quickly, like wildfire in a dry forest. Fueled by screenshots and emotional exhaustion, and she delivered not with screenshots, not with audio, but with a timeline, detailed, structured, undeniable. The timeline exposed that much of the confusion came from miscommunication intentionally stirred by one person, Blueface. She clarified that Chrisean had offered help multiple times, that the Doe family had communicated peacefully with her, and that the biggest issues came from mixed messages Blueface sent to everyone privately. She didn't insult him. She didn't exaggerate. She simply laid out dates, messages, and events in a way that exposed a full pattern of manipulation. The internet exploded. Suddenly, Chrisean wasn't the villain, she was the misled participant. Nivi wasn't the snake, she was confused by contradictory information. The Doe family wasn't stirring drama. They were finally correcting the storyline, and Blueface? He was painted as the common denominator in every misunderstanding. Seeing the tide turn, Chrisean finally spoke again, but instead of anger, her tone was heartbreak. She wrote, "I was trying to do right. I was trying to protect people who wouldn't protect me." Fans flooded her page with apologies, empathy, and anger toward Blueface. She didn't lash out. She didn't gloat. She simply acknowledged the pain she carried silently while being blamed publicly. Nevi followed with her own response. "Softer now, I never wanted it messy. I just wanted clarity." Her shift in tone made it clear she wasn't the enemy. She was another person caught in a web of confusion, spun expertly by someone who doesn't believe in consequences until they hit him directly. But the most shocking twist came from Ronnie Doe's aunt. After posting the timeline, she added one final message: "There's one more truth left. And it doesn't belong to any of us. It belongs to someone you haven't heard from yet. And if you're still sitting there clutching your phone like it's about to leak the final missing receipt itself, congratulations, you have officially survived another day in the emotional hurricane that is this storyline." Because between Chrisean Rock's heartbreak, Ronnie Doe's aunt's countdown bombshell, and that mysterious fourth voice waiting in the shadows, this drama didn't just spiral. It ascended into a full cinematic universe. And guess what? The plot twists haven't even peaked yet. So before you sprint to the comments to scream theories, rearrange timelines, or accuse your cousins of being the blurred silhouette in that last post, do one thing: smash that like button like you're slamming a Zeus reunion chair over the final liar's head. Hit it like it owes you emotional damages. Hit it like you're trying to wake up the truth that Blueface keeps accidentally exposing every time he opens his mouth. Now go ahead and drop your predictions. All of them. Who do you think the mystery person is? What truth are they holding? And which storyline do you think collapses the moment they speak? Because this comment section is about to become a conspiracy board with more theories than a Reddit thread on caffeine. And if you're new here, welcome to Celeb Sync, where celebrity drama gets narrated with the intensity of a Zeus fight night, the suspense of a Netflix finale, and the pettiness of a group chat argument at 3 a.m. Make sure you subscribe, because missing the next episode of this saga would be the digital equivalent of dropping your phone right when the receipts load. Receipts load.